one of the challenges that I think we are also facing, not just looking at the skincare also, but in terms of the health industry, is that there is too much stuff being thrown out to people. And how do you navigate in terms of selecting, the real stuff that works? And what sort of a guideline are you going to use to make sure that you pick up the few, but that will work? So
yes.
How would you approach that?
Okay, so firstly, the most important thing, which I stress on all the time, is that you got to know what you're dealing with. What is your diagnosis and what is causing it?
Okay. So since you mentioned about, I can say the passion when it comes to homeopath. I mean, I'm very inspired also. I so wish I can go back to school and change my career.
It's never too late.
Right? So I just want to know, how does homeopath ties in terms of how do you select, the products or anything that you use to take care of yourself in terms of your skin or anything that has to do with beauty. So how does homeopath fit to that?
Okay, firstly, as a homeopath, you're going to look at what's going on the internal, which projects outwardly. So your skin is one of the largest organs in your body. So you can imagine anything that you are experiencing on a surface level.
Okay.
The root cause would be from an internal aspect. So to have healthy skin, I mean, in today's times, everyone is talking glass skin, everyone's talking glowing skin. We've shifted, in terms of the skincare regimes that we are using, the product choices. And I believe that as a homeopath, looking at both aspects, one works, it works hand in hand. So one ties in with the other. The type of products that you are going to choose is going to be beneficial. So if you are someone who suffers with inflammation, redness on your skin, you're going to look at firstly what is causing it. Okay,
right.
Is it sun damage? Is it not wearing the correct SPF? Is it dryness of the skin? You could be suffering with something like rosacea. And then obviously you would choose a product that has the correct ingredients. So you would look at your vitamin E's, you would look at vitamin B products, you would look at products that contain zinc, which helps with the calmness of the skin, which helps with the redness of the skin. So it is important to have that knowledge of what you're putting onto your skin. The type of ingredients that you're going to choose is going to impact how your skin is going to ultimately look.
Okay, perfect. So, since you mentioned in terms of the different products and also the way you would prefer to choose them, I want to share a little bit of a story. I think a few months back, I was picking up my mom from the hospital, right? So when she was getting discharged, I had to go collect medicine for her, right? So I ended up collecting a lot of medication, and the thought I had was, is she gonna take all the stuff? Isn't that gonna affect her well-being because she was being discharged? So the question I have for you, how would you go approaching in terms of the usage of products, in terms of quantity? Because one of the challenges that I think we are also facing, not just looking at the skincare also, but in terms of the health industry, is that there is too much stuff being thrown out to people. And how do you navigate in terms of selecting, the real stuff that works? And what sort of a guideline are you going to use to make sure that you pick up the few, but that will work? So how would you approach that?
Okay, so firstly, the most important thing, which I stress on all the time, is that you got to know what you're dealing with. What is your diagnosis and what is causing it? Okay. Once you've established that, then you know exactly how you're going to treat it. From a conventional approach, obviously, like I said, everything is based on a symptoms approach. So they're going to give you, if you've got multiple symptoms, you're going to get multiple sorts of medications to combat those symptoms. So the way to approach it, I believe that most of the diseases are manifested through stress, through diet and lifestyle, through irregulation of your gut or dysregulation. It's genetic. These factors are so important to take into consideration. So in order to reduce the amount of medication that you are going to need to take, or reduce the treatment plan that you're going to have, you need to establish good lifestyle factors firstly. It's not just about the medication that you're taking, but it's also the choices that you make. How you choose, what you choose to put into your body, what you choose to, in terms of your weight regulation. If you are overweight or underweight, it impacts your health. In terms of exercise, if you are going to exercise, it improves your skin, it improves your mental health, it improves your gut health. So all of those things are very important if you want, and to answer your question, if you want to have a lifestyle where you are not consuming as much medication, you obviously got to also compensate with the choices that you make. So eating good foods, getting sufficient sleep, drinking enough water, managing your stress, looking at the choices that you make. So in terms of exercise, keeping active, those type of things.
All right, so that's very wonderful. I mean, to think of it, as I'm listening, you keep on mentioning personal awareness, right? Which is outside what most people would think. Everybody thinks, I just need to buy something so that I can look good. But as I'm listening, you are like, what goes inside of you affects how you look. Your personal awareness about life. The decision that you take. So I think that was very truthful, and also I think it was very coming from a place of being honest, because I feel like we are living in times where everybody's just everybody's selling a product and is looking for a buyer, and nobody shares the truth behind why we're selling the stuff, right?